Hey everybody, Brandon the Brony Pony here. This time I'm not showing my face. I'm doing a different kind of video this time. Not MLP related, as you can see by the title. But today I'm talking about not really a leak, but I guess you could kind of call it a leak, but it's not really a leak. It's kind of complicated. Basically, long story short, Nintendo recently filed a trademark where basically they filed a GameCube controller trademark, and they showed the button layout, and a lot of people are saying that this means that GameCube games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And I wanted to talk about this because, well, I'm not talking about whether it's true or not. Today, as you can see by the video, I am going to be predicting what kind of games or what games will come to the service if this is indeed true, which I believe it truly is. Just to get that out of the way, I believe this is happening, and I believe this trademark is not for nothing, and I think this means truly that GameCube is coming to Switch Online. I'm beyond hyped. But I'm going to go into my predictions for the starting lineup as well as the games that will come later. I'm not going to say what months they'll come, I'm just going to say what games I think will come later. This won't be a super long video, but I'm basically going to talk on my starting lineup. I have it written down here. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, to start off, I'm thinking the starting lineup for GameCube will be only 8 games. Probably not a lot. It might be less, might be more, might be less, but I'm thinking playing it safe and saying only 8 games because N64 didn't have a lot at launch, and Game Boy had even less. So I'm gonna just say GameCube will have 8 games at launch, and those 8 games will be Luigi's Mansion. And the reason I say Luigi's Mansion is because they haven't released Luigi's Mansion on Switch, and I think the reason why is they're holding off to put it on NSO. Super Mario Sunshine, obviously, that's an obvious one. Super Smash Bros. Melee, and hear me out, the reason I'm saying Super Smash Bros. Melee yet, despite the fact that they haven't put Super Smash Bros. On N64 yet, is because Super Smash Bros. Melee is way more popular than Smash 64, and yes, I do truly believe they will eventually put Super Smash Bros. On N64 Online, and it's probably going to be revealed in this next coming Direct, but I'm, for the 25th anniversary of the series or whatever, but I'm saying Super Smash Bros. Melee for the startup because it's such an iconic game that you just can't have a starting GameCube lineup without Melee. You just can't. Melee is like synonymous with the GameCube. It would just feel empty without the starting lineup. Even if it wasn't, it would come later, but I truly do believe it'll be in the starting lineup. Mario Kart Double Dash, that's an obvious one because every starting lineup for a console has had a Mario Kart game in it. So Mario Kart Double Dash is a given. Animal Crossing, I think that one will be in the starting lineup just to have other games besides Mario. And I think that'll be a nice game, relaxing game that people can play upon the release of the GameCube on Switch Online. Star Fox Adventures, I think that'll be there. And, I gotta plug in my PC. Okay, so, yeah, Star Fox Adventures, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, Mario Power Tennis, and those are the games that I think will be the launch lineup. So, yeah, so the games that will come later, these are the games I mostly want for GameCube on Switch Online is Mario Party. Those are the games I really want, but I think those will come later, unfortunately. I wish it would be there from the start, but they're not going to be, let's face it. But I think the games that come later, I'm not going to say when they're going to come, as I said. I'm just going to say what games I think will come later, because Nintendo's completely random. They don't do games every month anymore, so I'm just going to say what games I think will come, and when they come will be determined by Nintendo. Nintendo's unpredictable. So, except for games I think they'll put, because I think those are obvious. But anyway, the games that come later will be Mario Party 4, Metroid Prime 1 and 2, and the reason I say that's coming later is because they're probably going to release the remastered versions on Switch. So for people that, they probably want to release those first, and then once the remastered ones come out, then they'll release the originals on this NSO service, just for people who prefer the original and, you know, are nostalgic about the old graphics for whatever reason. And then Pikmin 1 and 2, again, that's coming later because it's already on Switch, and they want to get some sales, probably, for the original, and, you know. But then again, it might not come because it's already remastered, so that's a little bit of iffy one, because they might not even put that on there at all, because of the remasters or ports on Switch. So, that one is a bit up in the air. I'm not too sure on Pikmin 1 and 2, but we'll see. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, that one will come later, like how Mario Golf on N64 came later than Tennis, and Tennis was there from the start. Mario Superstar Baseball, again, that'll come later, because I think they'll want to have one Mario Sports game at launch. And I think Tennis is the most obvious choice, so I think that'll be in the starting lineup, and then the other ones will come later. Mario Party 5, yep. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and here, let me explain this one. I know the remake is coming out, but if the rumors are true about it being 30 frames per second, there might be 60 frames per second purists that want to play it in the original frame rate. So for people who prefer the original frame rate, they will want to play the original Thousand Year Door if it is indeed true that the remake is locked in 30 frames. So there are people out there like that are 60 FPS purists, and they are very picky about FPS. I'm not picky, but there are people that are. And there might be people that might bother them, and they might not like the 30 frames per second of the remake, so give the original for the original frame rate. It's problem solved. So that's why I think Paper Mario Thousand Year Door will be available on Switch, the original, alongside the remake. Because they also, keep in mind, they also did the same with Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening, the original, is on Switch Online, yet the remake exists. So Nintendo doesn't really care about faltering sales. They'll do whatever they want, so, yeah. And then Star Fox Assault. I don't know much about that game, but I think they'll put another Star Fox game on Switch. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I think the reason they're not putting Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on Switch, and why it's been so long, is because they're planning on putting them on NSO. That's just my own theory, but I don't know. I could be wrong. They could announce them in the Direct. I don't know. And if they do, they probably won't put it on there, but then again, they might, because they put Link's Awakening on Game Boy, so you never know. Pokemon Coliseum and XD, gotta have a Pokemon game on there, but that'll come later, obviously, like how Pokemon Stadium came later. F-Zero GX, again, F-Zero X came later on the Switch Online service on N64, so I think that F-Zero GX will also come later. Wave Race Blue Storm, I think that game will come because Wave Race came on N64. I think that'll come a little later, although that might come a little in the early in the later lineup. So that might be announced in the first wave of games, F-Zero GX and Wave Race Blue Storm, because they like doing like smaller games. So that might be announced as one of the starting waves of next few games. And Mario Party 6, obviously that's one of the most popular Mario Party games that has to come. I don't know how they're going to incorporate the mic, but maybe they could figure out a way to do it, like with the Switch mic or something, or maybe they have like you can do it in the mic of the Switch, because I think there's a mic on the Switch console, so they might be able to do something like that to make it work. But if not, then 6 and 7 probably won't come if they can't figure out the mic, but we'll see what they do with that. Chibi Robo, yeah, that has to come, but I think it'll come later, although it could be in the starting lineup, you never know. It's a little bit iffy on that one. Mario Party 7, and for the final one I have, I'm sure there'll be more that I'm missing, but this is all I have. So, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Adventure DX. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Adventure DX. So, I think they'll have one third-party game, and that'll be Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Adventure DX. That is, if they don't plan on putting Dreamcast games on Switch Online, which I'm not going to talk about right now. Maybe I'll talk about it in another video, but these game videos don't get a lot of views. But if they put Dreamcast on Switch Online, then yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Adventure DX completely gone, not coming. But if they don't, then I think for the one third-party game they would have, like how they had GoldenEye, would be Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Adventure DX, or one or the other. If I had to choose one, it would probably be Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, because 2 Battle is a lot more popular than Adventure 1. Sonic Adventure 2 is a lot more popular than Adventure 1. So, if they had to choose just one, I would choose Adventure 2 Battle. But if they were daring, they might put both. Who knows? But they wouldn't come at the same time, that's for sure. They'd probably put Adventure 2 Battle first, since Adventure 2 Battle came out before Adventure DX on GameCube, so they would probably, like, do Adventure 2 Battle first, because they're weird and they don't want you to play in order for whatever reason. Nintendo's weird like that, but they would probably put Adventure 2 Battle first, and then they would put Adventure DX. Yeah, Sega and Nintendo were weird that way. But anyway, so yeah, and little bonus, when do I think they're gonna reveal these GameCube games coming to Switch Online? Well, you know what? I'm gonna be a little bit bold and say that they're gonna reveal them in the upcoming February Direct, because there aren't many N64 games left to announce, and if this Trademark is just coming out right now, then honestly, they might be preparing for an announcement of GameCube on Switch Online. So, and plus, the Switch 2 is coming out soon, so they could put it on the Switch 2, but they might want to get one last hurrah out for the old Switch before they release the Switch 2 and say, hey, here you go, GameCube games. And then the Switch 2 might have 2 screens, and they might reveal DS games for the new console. So, don't be surprised if they release GameCube games on the Switch 2 as one last final hurrah. Sorry. Yeah, they might do that, and maybe these GameCube remasters were all building up to GameCube on Switch Online. So, basically, everyone thought that these GameCube remasters and remakes were saying, oh no, we're not going to get Switch Online GameCube. But, in fact, it was the exact opposite. These remasters and remakes were telling us that we were going to get them, and nobody could see that. So, I got this from Nintendo Prime, this saying, but hype irresponsibly. And I know people say you should hype responsibly and all, but this is what Nintendo Prime says, hype irresponsibly. I mean, hyping responsibly isn't fun anymore. Yeah, I mean, it's good to hype responsibly and all, but like, when you do that, it's like, yeah, you might set yourself up for disappointment and all, but you just gotta take a risk, you know? Because, although I am still gonna hype responsibly, because I'm gonna be sort of in the middle, sort of neutral on it. Hype neutrally, so not irresponsible or responsible. So I'm gonna say I'm medium amount of hyped. And if GameCube gets announced for Switch Online, hopefully it doesn't happen early in the morning, because I would love to react to it on YouTube. Hopefully live react to it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it does not happen early in the morning, because I really want to react to it on the channel, even if it won't get a lot of views. So, even though I love waking up early and watching it, I want you guys to see my hyped as hell reaction when GameCube gets announced. So please, Nintendo, do not do an early morning direct. I am begging you. You've been doing that so long. Please, let me react to it and let me be able to be loud, okay? Please. Stop doing early morning directs. Please. I mean, I like them, yeah, sure. I like waking up to them and looking forward to them. Sure, that's fun, but I can't be loud and scream to the exciting announcement. So if GameCube gets announced, I won't be able to scream. And that's what I really didn't like about the Sora reveal, because I wanted to scream so badly. He was my most wanted character next to Waluigi and Master Chief. And even though I never played Halo, but yeah, he was like my most wanted character aside from Waluigi, and I could not scream, and it was so painful because it was so early in the morning. Please, Nintendo, if you're gonna announce GameCube games, at least do it in like the afternoon, please, like you used to. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Alright, Brandon Brony Pony out.